Hey everybody, Ashton here. Thanks for joining me today. Today's practice is going to be a shorter one. We're going to focus on the core and the shoulders, really get after it, and then have a really nice cool down and time to chill in some Shavasana at the end. You won't need any props for today's practice, just your body and a space to practice. When you're ready, go ahead, find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and take a moment to settle in. So important before we practice yoga, and one of the things that distinguishes it from just exercise is to pause and remove ourselves from the normal river of thought, which has us constantly reacting to whatever little obstacles come our way, rocks, bends in the river, and otherwise. And shift to really step out of the river for a moment and be able to observe the whole flow. So as your eyes are closed, start to shift from thinking and talking to yourself. It's now observing the senses, as well as observing the thoughts, but thoughts getting no more priority than the experience of your little toe, your thumb, or your ear. Because our tendencies of going right back to thinking to ourselves are so strong, we want to prioritize the breath in our practice. So every time you wander off too far away from your center, simply bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the way it feels in your body, where in your body the breath is moving to. Notice the sound that your breath makes. Notice the difference of temperature of the air as it comes in, as the air as it goes back out. Grounded in your breath. When you're ready, go ahead, open your eyes and come on to all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, send your inner thighs back. Pull your heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, press into your arms and around your spine. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Hug your shoulder blades down your back, gaze up. And exhale, press the floor away again around your spine. Do that a few more times. Inhale to come forward, relax the belly. Exhale, curl the back, draw your chin in, your tailbone down. Begin to move a little more spontaneously. You can go side to side. Make figure eights with your shoulders, your hips, and your head. Walk your knees a few inches back behind you and lower all the way down to the floor. Press your feet into your mat. Without using your arms, inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lower your head and chest down. Send your hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. If you can't grab your hands, that's fine. Just see if maybe even grab your fingers or just keep your hands on the backs of your legs. Broaden your chest, firm your belly. Inhale, lift your chest up. Pull your hands towards your feet and then up towards the sky. Keep breathing. Exhale, lower down. Release your hands back by your sides with your arms bent and your palms roughly underneath your elbows. Inhale, lift your chest up. Little pull from the heels of your hands. Come up for cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, curl your toes, and then press the floor away. Send your hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward to high plank, so your shoulders come on tops of your wrists. Firm up through the midline. Check in with your breath. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor and walk your knees a little closer together underneath you. Make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders. Hug in towards the midline, firm up your belly. Inhale, pick your right leg up and back behind you. Pause here. Try to keep your hips square to the floor rather than lifting open your hips. Lift up onto the left fingertips, and then bring your left arm out in front of you parallel to the floor. Squeeze in towards the midline with your inner arms and inner legs. Breathe. Exhale, lower your left hand and your right knee. Inhale, pick up your left leg. Pause. Hug in towards the midline. Lift up onto the right fingertips. And then bring your right arm out in front of you. Draw everything in towards the midline, not just from the outsides, but from top to bottom, so you're hugging in towards your center. Exhale, lower the knees, walk your hands in front of your shoulders, and then press the floor away, hips up and back, downward dog. Get a little more blood surging through the body. Bend your knees, look forward, and exhale, walk or step up to your hands. Inhale to draw your chest parallel to the floor, and exhale, fold. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, and inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale to release your hands by your sides. Settle your eyes closed for a moment. Find your breath. Notice the difference of temperature throughout the body. Perhaps it's a little cooler around the fingers or toes, warmer in the navel region. Notice the sensations of your breath. Open your eyes if they were closed. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips, bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back to high plank and lower down to the floor. Inhale, lift up cobra. Exhale, press back downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or lightly float, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands can come back to the hips or this time stay overhead. Inhale, hinge from your hips or reach up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart or by your sides. Notice the warm blood as it's starting to spread through the limbs and body. One more Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, plant your palms. Walk or step back, lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, pick your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your mat, lower your left knee down to the floor. Little hug in from the legs. Inhale, reach your heart up and arms up, low lunge. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor, walk them to the inside of your right leg, and then bring your forearms all the way down to the floor, even if you gotta bend your back to get there. And then inhale, step your right leg back, send both knees away from the floor. You're in forearm plank. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Keep your forearms parallel with one another. Breathe. Remember, you can always bring the knees down if you want the support. Exhale, lower your body to the floor. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Pull back through the elbows. Inhale, lift your heart up and the crown of your head up, Sphinx pose. Shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale, lower your chest, replace your elbows with your hands, and inhale, reach up, cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Inhale, pick up your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot forward, lower your right knee down. Find a little hug from your legs. Inhale, reach up. Low lunge. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Walk into the inside of your left leg. Lower down to your forearms. Right knee away from the floor. Inhale, step your left leg back, forearm plank. 3 breaths here. Exhale, lower to the floor. Keep your forearms out in front of you. Inhale, lift your heart up, crown of your head up. Sphinx pose, just 1 breath here this time. Exhale to lower. Replace your elbows with your hands. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Keep your left knee away from the floor. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Press down in your mat. Inhale, twist to your right. As you're wrapping your belly around you, keep the bend in your right knee. Stay strong in the leg and hip. Fire up your back left leg. Stay in the twist. Exhale, lower your left knee down to the floor. Left hand still underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, step your right leg back. Modified side plank. Open up towards the right side of your mat. Actively pressing the floor away with your left hand. You can gaze down at the hand to help with your balance, or gaze up towards your right hand to begin to challenge your balance more. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, pick your left leg up and back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Strong legs, right hand under the right shoulder, press down, inhale, twist to your left. Feel your left thigh bone drawing into the socket, but then keep the bend in your knee so that your leg's still parallel with the left side of your mat, knees still roughly on top of your ankle. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Press the floor away with your right arm. Inhale, step your left leg back for your modified side plank. It's tempting just to hang out in your right shoulder. Push the floor away with the right hand. Feel your right shoulder moving back into the socket. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Inhale, pick your right leg up and back. Exhale, lean forward, bend your knee, hug it in your chest. Inhale it back. Exhale, step it forward. Hugging from your legs. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. Lift up through the front of your body. Feel your shoulder blades go wide on the back and reach up through the arms. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, framing your front foot. Press in your left hand, inhale, twist to your right. Option to keep the left knee away from the floor this time, or you can lower it back down for support. Take an extra breath here. Inhale, step your right foot back to meet the left, Vashisthasana, side plank. One more breath here. Then exhale, bring your right hand down, lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, pick up your left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, hug it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Hugging from the legs. Inhale, reach up. High lunge. Draw the tailbone down. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Push into your right hand. Inhale, twist to your left. Make sure that we're not falling forward with the top of the right shoulder. The right shoulder is moving back and into the socket. Again, option to keep the right knee lifted or lower it down. Inhale, step your left foot back. Vashisthasana, side plank. Lift the hips high by pushing the floor away. One more breath. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Follow your breath down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, shift your weight forward to high plank. Pause here. Hug in towards the midline. Firm up your belly. Now you can do this with your knees away from the floor or lower them down for the extra support. Inhale, pick up your right leg. Hug in towards the midline. Option to stay here or lift up on your left fingertips. Option to stay there. Bring your left arm out in front of you. Nice deep breaths. Make sure you're still breathing. Exhale, lower the left hand down, right foot down. Stay hugging in. Inhale, pick up your left leg. Option to stay here. Lift up on your right fingertips, or bring your right arm parallel to the floor. Exhale, lower the right hand down, left foot down, lower to the floor. Inhale, nice broad chest, cobra. Exhale, press your hips back with your knees on the floor. Slide your arms by your sides, child's pose. Inhale to slowly roll up to your seat. If you're uncomfortable sitting on your shins, know that you can always sit cross-legged or however it best suits you. Just make sure you can sit up with a nice tall spine. Inhale, send your arms out wide so they're parallel to the floor. Begin to make some shoulder circles with your hands, but making little circles to start, moving forward. Make them a little bigger. And then make them a little smaller. Pause. Switch directions. Small circles, starting backwards now. Make them a little bigger. Make them a little smaller. So release your hands by your sides. Shoulder circles here. We'll start back at the same time, and then forward. And then alternate. Back. We're keeping the flow moving. Remember, if you ever need to take a little more time, you can always slow things down a bit more. And then forward. Inhale, send your arms out wide. Exhale, cross your right arm underneath the left. Bring the backs of your hands together. If that's not accessible, grab a hold of your elbows. If it is accessible, see if you can bring your palms together. Lift the elbows up. Push the forearms forward. Stay active through the belly and active with your breath. Breathe between your shoulder blades. Spell your name with your elbows. When you're done, release your arms by your sides. Check in with the shoulders. Excuse me. Inhale your arms wide. Exhale, left arm underneath the right this time. Again, any appropriate grab, the shoulders, backs of the hands or the palms. Elbows up so the upper arms are parallel to the floor. Push your forearms forward without rounding your upper back. Nice deep breaths between the shoulder blades. And then again, spell your name with your elbows. When you're done, arms back by your sides. Pause for a moment, eyes open or closed. Keep this going a bit more though. Sit on the floor on your bottom. Send your legs out in front of you. Bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor. If you feel like, man, I'm already collapsing into my low back, and you're having a real hard time sitting up, or you know that you have a sensitive low back, feel free to bring your forearms to the floor beside you, but maintain a neutral spine. Make sure that we're not still just dumping into the low back. Otherwise, pick your arms up by your sides, pick your feet up away from the floor. Hug in towards the midline. Check in with your breath. Inhale, lower and hover so your shoulder blades and heels are an inch or two from the floor. Check in with your breath. Exhale, sit up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, sit up. Squeeze the inner thighs and inner arms. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Pause. Stay low with the chest. Bend your knees. Stack your knees on tops of your hips. Bring your hands behind your ears. Don't encourage you to go behind the head, because then the temptation is to pull with your arms. Hands are just there to catch your head as it falls back. Elbows wide. Firm up your belly, but keep the breath deep. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, lengthen the right leg so the heel comes an inch or two from the floor. Wrap the right side of your body towards the left. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, lengthen the left leg, left side of the body towards the right. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Exhale. Keep this going at your own pace. We got a few moments here. If you want to focus on strength, keep it slow with the breath. You want to focus more on your heart rate and cardio, just keep the pace moving and your breath continuous. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. Wiggle the knees from side to side. Rub out your belly. Hug your knees into your chest. Send your knees out wide. Turn the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling and then reach for your feet from the inside or the outside. Gently hug your thighs down towards the floor. If you notice your low back's really picking off the floor to get that, keep your hips glued to your mat as best you can so that the strain in your legs doesn't dump into your low back. All right, Keep the legs wide. Stabilize through your hips and your core, and have your arms out in front of you. Thighs are still drawing towards the floor beside you. This time it's actually going to help to round your back, make you a little more rocky. And then rock yourself up to your squat. Push the knees out wide. Root the sit bones back, lift your heart up. Palms together. Option to stay here for a few more breaths, or if you want to play with an arm balance here, bring your palms to the floor. Hug your elbows in and bring the fronts of your knees to the backs of your arms. And keep the arms bent for a little more support, or straighten the arms if you want to challenge your shoulder stability a bit more. Shift the weight forward. Play with picking up one foot or both feet for Bakasana or Kakasana, crow or crane. Check in with your breath. From wherever you are, you can plant the feet down if they're lifted, float your legs back, and lower down to your mat. Rest your chin on the floor. Lift your shoulder heads up away from your mat. Hug your navel towards your spine. Inhale, lift your chest up. Pick your arms up. If it's okay for your low back, pick your legs up. Keep breathing. Exhale, lower down. Option to stay here for a few more breaths. Option to lift up, back in that variation of locust where we just were. If you want a little more opening through the chest, the front body, the shoulders, then bend your knees, reach back, grab a hold of the tops of your feet or fronts of your ankles. Check that your feet aren't flailing out, so your inner thighs are active. Broaden your chest. Stay firm through the belly. Inhale, kick back in your hands, lift up. Dhanurasana. The lift power is coming by kicking your legs into your hands. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And exhale. Release the feet if you had them lower down. Bend your arms, bring your palms flat by your sides. Push the floor away and send your hips up and back, downward dog. Exhale, bend your knees, bring them to the floor. As you sit back on your legs, bring your hands to your side, swing out your legs out in front of you. Take your feet a comfortable distance apart. If it's together, great. Wider, also fine. Resting on the sit bones, pelvis neutral to the spine to start. If your pelvis is already rocking back, then bend your knees so you can find that relationship of neutral pelvis to spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Hands can slide along the legs or reach out towards the feet. Not a lot of effort here trying to crank yourself down with the arms. Instead, just a little bit of pull to help deepen the communication between your breath, your hamstrings, the back of your body. Inhale to slowly lift your heart up. Bring your arms out in front of you. Push into your heels. And inhale, slowly lower down. Bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Keep your thighs close, send your arms wide, and exhale, lower your knees over to the left. It's okay for your neck, turn your gaze to the right. At this point, feel free to settle your eyes closed if you like. Keep your breath consistent, steady, and voluminous, so you're still breathing deep. Press down through the backs of your arms. Inhale to bring your chest back through center. Exhale, lower your knees over towards the right. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, bring your knees back through center. Put your knees back in your chest. A little side to side, make some circles with your knees. Lower your legs down to the floor. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you so your chest is nice and broad. Send your arms and legs out wide. Let the feet fall out. Turn the palms up. Deepest inhale of your day so far. Hold it at the top. Pause. Relax your jaw. Parch your lips. And exhale out your mouth with a sigh. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose and pause. Hold the breath. Soften the body, relax your jaw, exhale out your mouth with a gentle sigh. Let your inhale come naturally and spontaneously. Let go of any further guidance of the breath. Let it breathe itself. Give yourself permission to completely deregulate. Let go of bringing your attention to your breath or anywhere else. If it wanders off, it's free to. No effort to move or direct the body, the breath, or the mind. Completely surrendering to the moment. Shavasana. Gently invite awareness back into your breath, to the senses. Feel free to stay in Shavasana longer if you like. If you are ready to come back up, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, neck and head. Eventually expanding movement to the whole body. And draw your knees in your chest. Eventually roll onto your side. Slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take a moment, check in, notice how you feel. That concludes our practice for the day. No bells and whistles, short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. You can always offer donations for the practice through my website, yogawithashton.com/donate, or join my Patreon community, patreon.com/yogawithashton. Thank you all so much. Anugrah Hitosmi.